How are things in Nepal?
How are things in Nepal? It's good so far.
It's what?
It's good so far. I mean, we're indoors in the school. I mean, outdoors, but we're in the school, so we're surviving so far.
Oh, well, I'm
It
so,
looks cold.
yeah.
It is. It's how many degrees? 10? 10 degrees at night. 8 or 6 degrees at night. So it's the morning right now. It's 8:30 in the morning. So
Yeah.
it's quite cold, but we have the sun here.
Nice.
Okay, one sec. Hang on. Okay. Here we go. Okay, I'm just gonna-
Yeah.
Okay, hey guys, look.
Now you guys are together.
Yeah, we are, guys.
So I'm gonna let Dr. Amanda take it away with you guys. We're so excited because we've got some really fun stuff to share
Yeah.
with you.
Wow. Yay.
Is everyone comfy? And yeah, we're good. I'm not sure.
Can you hear okay?
You can hear and see
Yeah,
and everything.
let's try to fit in the same screen, but yeah. Okay.
Okay.
we're good.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna share just some images and slides and videos and stuff. So, how are you guys
Okay.
doing?
How are you
All right.
guys doing?
All right. So I'm Amanda, and I'm a scientist. Patrick, can you mute yours so I can't hear myself?
Yep, it's muted.
Sorry, it's like there's an echo. So I'm Amanda Parks, and I am a scientist, and right now I work in a fashion company where we are looking at how to make all different kinds of fibers and textiles from different kinds of things in nature, which are kind of really new science. And my background is I went to school for a really long time. First I was a mechanical engineer, and then I became a material scientist in computer science. I've studied lots of different parts of basically how science and nature sort of interact to make new technologies and new innovations. So I'm going to talk about some of our innovations and also talk about what we're doing with some materials near where you guys are. So hopefully you'll recognize some stuff. So yeah, just to show you, let me set this playing here for 1 sec. Can you guys see it? See that? A little movie playing. So this is our company.
Yes.
We're all about nature and looking at what we can use in nature that's like waste and where nature makes abundance. So where plants grow together, there's excess. And so we can actually stop things like global warming by using kind of high-tech science and then combining that with all different things that we find in nature. So that's what we've been doing for the past couple of years. And so we go from the environment into the lab, and we try to solve lots of problems around pollution, and climate change, and global warming by using better systems. That's us and me. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about some of the materials that we're actually starting to use. So does anybody know what sustainability is? Does that mean anything to you guys? Like how does anybody know what climate change is? Climate change, global warming. So
yes, so this is Bharat. He's gonna say
hello.
Climate change. What do you think is climate change? What? You can say any, like whatever you guys.
Yes, anything. No, I'm just curious if you guys know what's going on with materials and what's happening with the world. Is the world maybe heating up?
They're saying change of weather.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's exactly right. And that's because one of the reasons is because as humans, we've created a lot of pollution, and that's basically caused the temperature of the earth to rise. And that changes weather. It changes a lot of things about the climate, like you're saying, as well as pollution in the oceans and across land. And it's changing a lot of things about how our systems work. And so we're trying to reverse that by using new systems, basically. So one of the things that we use that's really sustainable is seaweed. So we're close to the ocean here. We're in Aruba right now, and we look at lots of ways in which we can use the fiber of seaweed, which grows abundantly in the ocean, and then we collect it and turn it into these fiber t-shirts. So I'm going to show you a movie. I actually was talking with, so our company is mostly based in England, and I talked with kids there a lot about what we do too. So I'm going to show you what we talked about. Here's a little video with the kids in England. What do we know about seaweed?
Very wet. It looks like peas, but it's not peas. Sometimes it looks like this. No. Well, you can eat seaweed, I think. You can eat sushi. Yes! My favorite food is sushi.
Okay, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Did you know that you can make a t-shirt out of seaweed?
No, that's not made of seaweed. How?
Well,
We take seaweed from Iceland. There's very little pollution there, so it's the best of the best. Then it gets dried, crushed, and made into a type of natural fiber. It's then spun with organic cotton to create a yarn, and this yarn is knitted into a fabric. The fabric then gets dyed into all sorts of different colors, using environmentally friendly dyes, and at the same time, it is treated with peppermint oil. This means you can wear it many times before having to wash it. The colored fabric is then cut and sewn into a t-shirt. Then it's ready to go.
So when you put it on, it can remind you of the sea. If you're missing the fishies, you can just feel it. Oh, no!
okay, but how much water do you think we can save by using seaweed in a t-shirt?
Maybe 5 plus 18. 101.
101.
101 baths.
That's a whole lot of baths. We actually save about 3,000 liters.
Wow, that's a lot.
Seaweed's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, so cool.
Okay, so that's one material that we use a lot of seaweed. We take the fiber from the ocean, but we're also doing stuff with lots of different plants. We look at using orange peels, we use different parts of the banana plant. And then does anybody know what this plant is? This is a plant that's local to you guys. I don't even have this plant where we live. I've never seen it in person actually. Can anybody tell what it is?
Cisno. This is called a cisno.
Maybe it has a different name there.
Yeah.
So, so for us, we call it the Himalayan stinging nettle. Does that sound familiar? The nettle. So
Yes.
it grows wildly up, in the high mountains where you guys are, where it's cold, and this plant has really special properties that the fiber in it is really long and strong, and we're starting to use it because it grows like a weed instead of cotton, so we don't have to grow cotton, which takes a lot of land and energy and water. And this is a more sustainable, better for the environment option. So near you guys, this is what it looks like up close and in a drawing. And what happens is you basically collect the plants in these big bundles and sort them and then dry them out. So you let them dry for weeks in these long branches, and that you can see up close where the fibers inside there. There's like soft fibers when you start to break them open. This is what it looks like, the bark when it's dried. And then you wash it out and start to sort it, and you get this fibrous content, which is then spun into like a yarn fiber, and then that can be woven into an actual beautiful textile. So that comes from that green plant that you saw. This whole process from the very start makes like textiles like what you're wearing, so t-shirts and stuff. So we are actually starting to use plants from where you guys are in the mountains, and then we are going to combine it with lots of other things. Like we're going to mix it with seaweed, we're going to mix it with orange fiber, we're going to mix it with pineapple fiber, and make these crazy blends of all these different plants from nature coming together to make your clothes. Isn't that pretty cool? Do you guys know that you make your textiles from plants?
That's good.
Do you know that we can make clothes out of seasonal water? No? Did you know? How do we use seasonal? How you do why?
We eat cisno.
We call them the stinging nettle sisnu in Nepali.
These new, okay. Okay.
Snow, yeah.
Eat them too? Can you eat them as well?
Yes, we can eat them. We actually use that in our diet. You know, we eat them. We cook
Okay.
them with potato and we eat them with millet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. See, there's actually so much overlap between what we make our clothes out of and what we eat. Like it's like tied together, and we can use probably different parts of the plant. Like with oranges, you eat the inside, but the outside skin makes a really nice fiber as well. So there's lots of stuff like that where we can use both parts of the plant. So super cool. This has been a great discovery for us, and we're really excited to work with farmers near you guys that are collecting these and sorting them into doing the drying and washing process for us, and then we purchase all the fibers to make our textiles from you guys. So
And Benita so Benita comes from because she can tell you a little bit about how they use sisno or the nettle.
please.
Hi, my name is Binita Kulum.
Hello.
I'm from Solukhumbu.
The high mountains, right?
Yes.
My grandmother makes our traditional clothes from this plant.
She does. Oh my gosh, amazing. Wow, so you probably know more about it than I do. I'm just learning about it. So which part of it does she do, or what can you tell me about what she does?
Do you know how they make it? Have you seen it? So Benita they just use it in their cultural clothes, but she's been here for like almost 10 years.
Wow.
And there's been so it's been very rare opportunity for her to go to her village. But your uncles, uncles and all, that they were so they use the nettle, but they use like similar. Her brother's not here; he's gone cycling, but they use the branch, and he was telling us that they use it for their cultural celebrations like birth and what others, marriage, and like special ceremonies in their specific culture that they come from. Not everybody here, but where Benita comes from, her culture uses it. Yeah.
Very cool. Hey, I'm learning stuff about this. This is fantastic. So there are a bunch of other stuff that we're using across the world. We're looking everywhere in the world for the best materials that are the safest and best for the world. So for example, we are now using the waste from grapes. So the wine industry in Italy, when they crush the grapes to make wine, there's the remnants of the skins, and that you can make leather. So we make shoes from grape skins as well. Yeah, like as an alternative to using cows, because we don't want to use any more animals. We also use, to make other kinds of leather, we use mushrooms, like mushrooms, the root of mushrooms. So mushrooms kind of come up above the surface, but underneath there's this material called mycelium, which is under the ground. And that is a really strong spore that can be turned into a leather. We also use apple skins, different parts of the pineapple skin as well. So all the different fibers that we take from different kinds of food. And last, do you guys know what this is? Can you tell me what these two ingredients are? Does anybody recognize them?
Bottles.
Bottles?
No, not bottles. All natural, no plastic. We don't use plastic. It's a good guess though. It's a similar texture.
Shrimp skin. What is one other?
Lobster, shrimp.
Yeah, I think I'm hearing it. It's shrimp shells, waste from shrimp.
Shells, yes, shrimp skin.
Skin on the left, and on the right is coffee grounds. So the leftovers after you make coffee. And together you can actually make a leather from those too. The combination of those two things make a very cool leather when you process it. So lots of amazing things you can do by combining elements from nature. That's another picture of that. And then We also have a very special material. I see you guys are wearing, like, even the guy in the front there, he's got a puff jacket. Yeah, your puffy jacket, right? So we made a new material that instead of using feathers from geese, we made it from flowers. So actually a kind of waste wildflower, and then combine that with some other high-tech materials like cellulosic aerogel. And yeah, so we've created a new way to make a plant-based stuffing for your jackets. So that's one of our other new things that we're making.
We make pillow by the flowers.
Yes, exactly.
We dry
Yes.
them in.
And we
Yeah. So
we
cool.
dry them and make pillow.
That's so cool. I wonder if it's a similar thing. I think we probably use like more technology, but it's probably like similar the way
Yes.
we dry
Just
them
dry
out.
them.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
just
no,
dry
no, no. But it's a similar. So, but he gets it because it's like soft, and then we just put stuff into it so that it lasts a long time, and it has
Yes.
like more thermal capabilities, right? So it's like warmer.
Yes.
We put stuff in it to make it warmer. But you
Yes.
got it. Yeah. So
It's
that's what
super cool.
scientists do. They stuff from nature and just make it work better, basically.
Super cool. Yeah.
And then we also use things from nature to make colors and dyes, right? So we take lots of things, botanical stuff from flowers. And then what do you guys see on the top right? Can you guys see what that is? The black stuff? Do you know maybe what that is? So think about recycling.
Smart one.
Mud.
Well, yeah, no, it's close. It's actually pollution. So when you're in like a factory or your car, there's that black soot that appears on the tailpipe of your car.
Exhaust.
Yeah, exactly. So that charred stuff, it could be, in a machine that's burning something. So this is really a toxic substance, and it's not good for it to be in the air, for people to breathe it. So we're collecting it and cleaning it and turning it into an ink. So encapsulating it in ink so that you can use it to print on t-shirts or dye things that are black. So it's a way to start to reclaim bad things that, industry has made for us. So that's another way that we try to use different materials up to to make better substances and to protect the earth. So it's one element of recycling. So I'm going to share with you a little video about recycling in general, again, with our kids in England. So let me start this one up. This one's about recycling. Okay, kids, today we're going to talk about recycling.
Recycling.
So what is recycling?
Putting the right things in the right bin, and then it goes smashed. Labeling them, and then you put it back together, and then you can use again.
Yeah. Well, what kinds of things can be recycled?
Sticker charts, pillowcases, crisp packets, toy jars, a spoon.
So we use recycled materials to make our clothes, things like cotton, paper, and plastic water bottles. We even use recycled water to dye our clothes. So why do you think we recycle water?
So we don't waste lots of water. If we use all the water, there won't be enough water for everybody in the world to use.
You're right, guys. Water is essential for all life on Earth, and currently we use so much of it that there isn't enough fresh water for all the people and plants around the world. So we have a dyeing process which uses as little water as possible. Our clothes are colored using a recycled water system. This means the water used to dye a garment is collected and reused several times. The water is then cleaned using filters to get rid of any bad stuff in it. So this way, lots and lots of water is saved. So what do we love?
Recycling.
Yeah, so water is really important to save and also to use for all the things.
Super
Do you
cool.
guys have recycling where you are? Do you recycle bottles?
Yes,
Or?
ma'am.
Bottles?
Flip it by bottles, top one hit.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good because we can make stuff out of those too. Yeah, it's really important that we start using everything. Use the trash as like new material. What? I didn't hear that. What?
Piggy bank out of bottle.
They make piggy banks out of water bottles.
Oh,
That's what
oh
they-
yeah, of course. Yeah, we should use everything. Exactly. They can have second life. That's called upcycling as well as recycling.
Yes,
There's all different
upcycling.
ways.
Yes.
Exactly. Use it again. Yeah, and then the last one which I just wanted to share with you is when we were at the very beginning, we were talking about why do we do all this? Why do we care about what we make things with, right? Why do we care? It's because the earth is getting warmer. We've been doing a lot of damage just as a global society. And one of the things that we need to do is to start working on reducing greenhouse gases. We stop using fossil fuels like gasoline and start using alternative forms of energy to have, a better, safer climate. So global warming is kind of what we're all working together to combat. So this is a little video about global warming and what it is and how it works. Who knows what a greenhouse is?
Greenhouse? I heard the White House. It's a house with a tree in it, like see-through, so you can see all of the stuff through it.
Yeah, that's right, Phoebe. A greenhouse is not actually green. It's made from glass. The sunlight goes in and gets trapped by the glass. This keeps the house nice and warm for the flowers and things that grow inside. With the amount of pollution in the air, the world is basically one big greenhouse, where the heat gets trapped because of all the bad gases that are released around the world. This is why we have climate change. Okay, ideas. How do you think we can stop the world from heating up?
Put in ice. There's a nice box. Get a big jug. Catch all the air. And then rub ice on it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And why do you think it's important to save the planet?
Because world is world. The sun is getting a bit warmer. The cold places will melt. The hot places will get even hotter.
What are some things we can do every day to help?
Can recycle by not driving cars and motorbikes and race cars.
You're right. So if you could have any superpower to save the planet, what would it be?
Flying. Flying. Super duper so like Daddy, I can lift the whole city.
Sounds like we got the perfect team of superheroes.
Okay, so yeah, what's happening is that we've created so much carbon dioxide, which is the gas that is released when we burn things and when we create pollution, that it's trapping the heat in the earth. It's like works like a greenhouse. That's why it's called the greenhouse effect or greenhouse gases. So we have to stop burning so many things and creating so much CO2, carbon dioxide. So that's the whole plan, just to kind of stop global warming, stop the planet heating up. So everything we do, from recycling, using better plant-based solutions, using things that are more natural, that helps us to stop the world from heating up further. So yeah, do you guys have, so that's it for me. Do you guys have questions for me or things you
Any
want to chat about? Patrick?
You listen. You want to hear the question? I'll listen.
Can I
Okay.
screen
Yeah,
I wish my thing went
Okay, so then ask.
Ma'am.
Please. One of.
Yeah.
Dr. Amanda.
Ma'am,
One.
how do we make shoes by grapes?
Wait, sorry, I didn't hear. How do we make what?
How do we make shoes by grapes?
Shoes by grips. I'm not
Shoes.
sure. I
No,
know
he meant how do we make shoes with the grapes?
Oh, with the grapes.
leather.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
yes. So basically, when you have grapes, and in the wine industry, they press the grapes, to get the juice out, right? To make the wine, and they take the juice, and the skins that are left over, that part gets collected and kind of turned into this pulp, and then pressed into a leather. So it's the skin part from the grapes.
Was it? Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, what then?
Cool,
So
huh?
then, okay. Any questions? So then. Let me know. So then.
Do you want to jump in?
Who has questions? Okay. Anybody?
Do you?
Oh.
How about this? Can we ask you guys, or do you have a question?
Yeah, I think Sabinita has a question. She's gonna ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't be
Do you think
shy.
our planet-
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no,
Do
I
you
can hear
think
you.
do you think our planet will be sorry?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you think our planet will be same when we are your age?
Gosh, that's a good question. Really good question. It's not going to be the exact same because it is changing a little bit, but we're hoping that we're going to slow it down so that it's not going to be terrible. It's not going to be a disaster. We're working very hard to stop the change. So we'll just be a little bit different, but not terrible. That's my prediction.
But that's why it's so.
That's why.
So sorry, go ahead.
No, that's why it's so important to do it now. Like we have to do it right now to stop all these things.
And
So.
and you guys are the future generations. You're the ones that will be doing the work for the next years to come. So the planet is in your hands. So you're all superheroes. You're all the superheroes.
Yeah, learn the science so you
Yeah.
can change it too. I need help.
Yeah.
So you guys go to school, get those degrees, and come help us.
And every single one of you has the opportunity to be a superhero, and you all are. And so, yeah, so we can make the planet better if we work together.
And there's lots of stuff around you that, all the natural stuff around you is this amazing resource and materials, right? It's not just kind of in fancy laboratories or, it's everywhere in the world. There's resources everywhere that we can make work better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Khushi.
Hi.
What do we have to do to be scientists like you?
Good question. Well, you have to be like interested and very curious about the world. That's the most important thing. Like ask lots of questions, explore things, take things apart, find out how things are made, what things are made of. Just curiosity is the main feature. And then you gotta, go to school, learn math, learn science, just work hard to start to study that, and then figure out what you're interested in and follow it up. And that's the main way. But yeah.
Would you like
Is
to be
it expensive?
It doesn't have to be. I don't know how your system works exactly in your country, but there should be ways to be able to go to university for free or with scholarships. They try to make it so it's possible. Yeah, so I know that I had a lot of scholarships to go to university. If you work hard, they want you there if you're smart. So yeah.
Thank you.
How many of you would like to be scientists? Me. How many of
Who
you?
wants to be a
Who wants to be science?
scientist person? Who wants to be a scientist?
Me.
Yes.
All of you can be scientists. You can all be scientists, and scientists are going to help save the planet.
Like, man,
One and a half.
Yeah.
I wanna be like you, scientists who
Yay!
who care
Awesome.
about nature and stop using pollution,
Yeah.
Yeah.
making new things
Exactly. Engineering. Exactly.
And-
Innovation.
And
by
swapping.
recycling.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Yeah. Get everybody to organize your communities as well to help out with everything. So lots of important jobs around this. Not just scientists, other important jobs too.
Mhm.
Community and politics and being a
Hi.
leader. Hi.
Hi.
My name is Bharat Rogaya, and I'm
Hey.
from Dolpa, near mountains.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
I have one question for you.
Mhm.
Our mountains looks naked. Ice and snows are melting so fast. So
Yeah.
what can we do to stop it or save it?
Yeah, it's a good question. So it's up to everyone. It's not just you. Like, it's important to understand that it's a global thing, and like you can help change it, but it's certainly not the fault of anybody locally. So it's the whole world is changing at once. So the most important thing is to everything that we just talked about: recycling, not burning so much gasoline, anything that releases carbon dioxide into the air with materials, so burning fires, etc., factory pollution. So everything that you can do around recycling and reusing things and upcycling is most important personally, until we can make sort of changes on a global scale with countries and governments and a lot of people, companies.
And also, I'm going to lean in.
Yeah, please.
Also, there's the power of your voice.
Yeah.
So you all have amazing voices because we're hearing
ma'am.
all of it. Yeah.
Yes, Dad.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dad.
So you get to use your voice and you get to tell everybody that you know about why it's so important to do good things for people and do good things for the planet. So you have to have science and you have to have your voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Hi, it's me, Bhuvantola guy. I have one question for you. Why Antarctica and Arctic are melting so fast?
The oceans are getting bigger, you know. So
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, it's the same reasoning. So because when the ice, because the whole Earth is going up in temperature, so the ice at the ends of the Earth in the very cold places, and the North Pole and the South Pole and Antarctica, they melt a little bit. The glaciers melt, which makes more water in all the oceans, and then that rises the sea level everywhere. So that's what's happening, which we're trying to stop really, really quickly.
Which document is it?
Our planet.
This one.
We have watched a document about our planet was written by David Attenborough.
Attenborough.
Yes.
Oh, we love him. You watch the movies, yeah? It's so good. He's so good. He's one of my heroes for sure.
That's how we learn.
Oh my what?
What did you say? Can you say that again?
That's how we learn. That's what they
Oh
say.
yeah. That's how I learned too. Yeah, we learned a lot from him. So
Sorry,
my
sorry for having too many. I think we might
No,
have
it's
like
great.
one last question to you
no,
guys.
it was so
more.
fun.
We can
Probably
do
for
more.
the both of you guys. Yeah.
Hello.
I'm Meena and I'm 16. So
Hi.
it was so good to know about shoes made out of grapes, and it was cool. So I just wanted to ask, what makes you the most happy in your work?
Oh, that's a good
Oh, it's a
question.
really good question.
I mean, I love nature and I love the ocean. So I grew up on the ocean in California, and I love the idea of being able to pull materials that we can harness responsibly, and make things from them. For everything that we need can come from this place that I love, and we can help sustain it. We can manage it responsibly, but it actually provides everything that we need. So that's one of the things I love the most, is discovering how to use natural things to make beautiful other things for the world.
Wow, super.
Yeah. Tell them about your scuba diving.
Oh yeah, we're in
Yes.
Aruba right now. We're in the Caribbean.
We're in a little tiny
little island,
tiny island. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been getting my next certification in scuba diving, so going deep under the water with tanks of air, mask and everything, and learning all about the coral reefs, and there's lots of different fish under there, and how the ecosystem works in the bottom of the ocean, because it's really important. It affects everything about what works on land as well. So that's what my latest schooling has been, learning about the bottom of the ocean while I'm here.
So if you can imagine the world that you see now, there's an entire world just like that, only underneath the water, and they all swim around. And so that's what Amanda loves to go see. She loves to go see the world that lives underneath the water, and that's where her work. That's where she draws all of the inspiration for her work, is under the water. Isn't that cool? Do you all want to go underwater now?
Have you been in the ocean yet?
Let's go underwater. We'll go one day. We'll go one day.
Awesome.
What's that?
We've
We
never
have-
seen the ocean before.
You
Yeah,
have?
cool.
Yeah.
Never. We've never.
We've
I've
never,
never been.
Okay.
Okay, well soon, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, one day we're gonna
Yeah.
go to the ocean with you.
I don't know where the closest ocean is to Nepal, actually.
Is it in India?
Nepal
Maybe.
is landlocked.
India is the closest ocean.
Okay.
Yeah.
India is the closest ocean. Yeah. India.
Nepal is a landlocked country, so
Yeah.
You have beautiful mountains.
we don't have
Yeah.
any ocean.
Yeah. I've never seen your mountains. I've never been there. So. But
Are there any
I
more
hope
questions?
one day
Yeah.
you will.
To come.
I mean, you have to come.
I know I want to come. Yeah, we were gonna come this year, but
Yeah.
we couldn't because
Yeah.
of COVID. So
So
hopefully very soon.
I have an idea maybe you guys, maybe how Shelby could do this. Maybe you guys can draw some for maybe a homework assignment is for
Mhm.
Dr. Amanda Parks. You can draw your favorite fish, and we can see
Favorite
what you can guys can go. Yeah, how does that sound? You can draw a
sounds
picture.
good. Sounds good.
Sound good?
Okay, cool.
And
Yeah,
it-
I want to see it.
And it can be a real fish, or it can be one in your imagination. So it can be a fish with 20 arms or whatever.
20
Fin. So you can draw a fish from your imagination, or you can draw one that you like from undersea. So you then get to go and look at what fish look like. So you get to do some research. So you can be,
Yeah.
this is your first research assignment on underwater creatures. How does that sound? Good?
Good.
Okay. Well,
good.
we can't wait.
Let's see. Yeah, let's see what you guys draw.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for having us. It
Thank
was
you so much.
fun.
We'll send you the little videos that Amanda showed as well, so you can watch them maybe again if it was hard to see them. So we'll send you those videos again. They're really fun. And
Yeah,
we'll
that
connect.
was super awesome.
We'll connect. We'll see. Amanda's always going underwater, so it's hard for me to catch her. It's hard for me. I'm always like swimming after her, and she's going really fast,
Yeah.
so I can't catch her. But we'll try to catch her again, and maybe you'll have more questions next time.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds. Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds.
that
good.
sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
you guys, thank you
Thanks
so
much.
much.
This was so fun.
Thank
Yeah.
you guys.
Have a-
Thank you,
have a
Patrick
great
and
day.
Dr. Amanda. Yeah, it was lovely having you guys and learning.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right.
You're all
Okay.
so amazing. We can't wait to see you next time.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
It was super good.
Bye, guys.
Bye. See you soon.